So there are a myriad of mechanisms to hold police officers accountable on how they do their jobs. And you've got the Special Investigations Unit, you've got the OIPRD, you've got internal policy, which is thousands and thousands of pages on how the police board wants you to do your job. You've got the Police Services Act with a full code of conduct into how you will carry out your duties every day. There is the Criminal Code, there's the Highway Traffic Act, and the courts are going to hold you accountable, both civil and criminal. There simply isn't another profession that is going to demonstrate that level of accountability as you see in policing. You simply can't compare the mechanisms or models of police accountability in Canada to the United States. They simply don't compare. Over 3,600 different police agencies in the United States. Municipal is different from state, is different from federal, is different from county. You have elected sheriffs, you have elected police chiefs in some jurisdictions. State laws are different. You have felonies that are different in neighboring states. You have gun laws that are completely different from one state to the next. There is no system-wide accountability in the United States whatsoever. In Canada, you've got one police college in all of Ontario that every police officer goes to, at a minimum. Many other agencies have their own college when they go back to even boost the level of learning. Just like in London here, we come back and we do, another month of learning just in London. Everyone has that same baseline across this province. Every other province is the same. They have their own police college, and every province has its own civilian oversight model, just like the SIU here in Ontario. Most of them have been modeled on the SIU system in Ontario. There is no comparison between the US and Canada. Two simple things that could be changed is the timelines for investigations have to be shortened. They're far too, 18 months for a motor vehicle collision, a simple motor vehicle collision where someone is, a civilian goes to the hospital and is out in a matter of days. 2 cars involved. If that was police officers investigating, that is about a 3 to 4 hour call. Done, wrapped up, completed. The SIU could take 18 months. That's wrong. That's wrong for the public. That's wrong for the police that have to endure being held under the microscope for 18 months for something simple. And these are criminal investigations, because that's all that the SIU investigates. Secondly, there has to be more transparency from the outset so that the public knows the nature of that investigation. They can't have an investigation, shut it down, and nobody hears anything for 18 months, because all that happens is the media spins, everyone draws their own conclusions, void of any facts. Simply not appropriate. It erodes trust in the system and in the police. Has to change. Sure, a police officer is alleged of minor wrongdoing, and it could be as simple as a sergeant attends your call and sees that you didn't follow policy. You're pulled in at the end of the shift, you're spoken to, maybe something in your file. If you do that a few times, then that may go up the chain a little bit, and it could be harsher discipline. That's fairly minor. The next level would be, an allegation of excessive use of force, or something maybe bordering on criminal and professional standards branch, an internal investigative body that all they do is investigate what goes on and adherence to policy and that sort of thing within the police agency. Beyond that, more serious allegations could be, the chief could ask York or another police agency or Waterloo to come in, send 2 or 3 investigators down to do an investigation completely separate from within the organization, so that there is a complete impartiality about the investigation. Simply a report back to the chief, here's the results of the investigation, and the chief will make the determination, if criminal charges were laid or serious discipline was, or police act charges, that sort of thing. Then you get more external with the Special Investigations Unit, more external with the OIPRD, which any citizen in the province of Ontario can make a complaint at any time against a police officer to the OIPRD. I would challenge you to find more levels of accountability in any other profession than what we have in policing. So the association exists solely to ensure that members are represented, whether that's in collective bargaining, in a grievance say, and as all these processes that we've talked about within accountability, there are different processes for all of those. An SIU investigation could be different from an OIPRD investigation. Police Act hearing could be different from a internal discipline hearing, which is clearly going to be different from a criminal investigation or a criminal charge being laid. The association ensures simply that whatever that process may be an officer may have to go through is just done fairly and impartially and transparently. Full stop.